Lots of breaking news regarding President Joe Biden. I must warn you, some of this information may be shocking. If you have any children in the room, you may want them to leave. I'll give you 3 seconds. Okay, we've just learned from our hardworking colleagues at CNN that President Biden has expressed a preference for building a fire in the Oval Office. And sometimes he adds a log to keep it going. Let's go live on the ground to one of our reporters.
Thanks, Greg. I'm outside walking, holding a notepad, and it's true. President Biden has expressed a preference for a fire built in the Oval Office, and sometimes he'll add a log to keep it going. According to my sources, this is quite a departure from the previous tenant at the White House, whose only fires he stoked were that of hatred and bigotry. Of course, that came from an anonymous source who might also be me. Back to you, Greg.
So once again, this information coming from CNN, likely through an anonymous source, but we have no reason to question it. President Biden expressing preference for a fire built in the Oval Office and even adding a log to keep it going. Let's bring one of our experts on this. Greg, what do you make of this?
Thanks, Greg. As a historian, I must say, from a historical perspective, this is quite astounding. George Washington chopped down a cherry tree, but he wasn't resourceful enough to use it as fuel, unlike President Joe Biden. Again, as a historian, I don't think it's premature to say we are witnessing not the greatest president we've ever seen, but the greatest president we will ever see.
Sorry, Greg, we're getting more breaking news from CNN. It appears on his first Air Force One flight this month, President Biden spent that time reading the newspaper. CNN describes him as, quote, a wary passenger on a commuter shuttle. Let's go back to our expert for a quick reaction.
As a prominent historian, I can see that President Biden's method of relaxation calls to mind the great leaders of our time, Gandhi, Martin Luther King. What a role model for children whose parents have private jets. It's so important to read when you can, even at 35,000 feet. Greg, even at 35,000 feet.
A lot going on this very busy day at the Capitol. The AP also reporting the president beat one of his granddaughters at a video game known as Mario Kart. I'm sorry, I've been told we don't condone men beating women at anything, and I'll be taking a leave of absence to profoundly educate myself on this matter. Always wanted to interview myself.
Very good.
Yes, thank you, Dana. This is some hard-hitting stuff from CNN.
Man, I mean, it must be fun to be a Democratic PR person.
Yes.
Or maybe it's boring, because it's like so easy.
Yeah.
Actually, I think every president has a fire in the Oval Office. I'm pretty sure. They better enjoy it while they can, though. I think that the rubber is going to hit the road pretty soon, because once they get this COVID relief bill done, I think that this sort of understanding and the truce between the progressives and the moderate Democrats is going to come crashing to an end.
Listen, we just got off 4 years of a roller coaster, and now we're riding the teacups. And the press is trying to sell this as somehow sexy, the inane details of Joe Biden's personal lifestyle. I'm sorry, I don't care how many logs he puts on the fire or what time he goes to bed. We just had, like, Entertainment Tonight in the White House. Guys getting sued by porn stars, ordering McDonald's, attacking people on Twitter past midnight. Are you kidding me? You can't now go to this and say, yeah, he beats his granddaughter at Mario Kart and expect us to read this. The real action, though, the family scandal and the radical policy. You have a president whose son and brother are under investigation for Chinese money laundering and tax fraud. You're sending billions of dollars to corrupt teachers unions who have a history of embezzlement. He's just spiking the Cuomo nursing home investigation. That's where the action is, not the bedtime and the logs.